9 phrasal verbs you should know for your FCE and ECCE exam, or generally. Phrasal verbs are very, very important, and native speakers will use them all the time. But for people who are learning English, they're a nightmare, because the same phrasal verb can mean 2 or 3 different things. That's right, I know they drive you crazy. So in this video, what we're going to do is take 9 of them and go through some of the meanings. So, without further ado, let's go for it. To catch up with someone. So the first meaning we have here is give me a call so we can catch up with each other. He was driving so fast, I couldn't catch up with him. Yeah, so here, 2 different meanings. Okay, the first one literally means you want to call them, you're going to send them an email, give them a Skype call, you want to catch up, give each other's news, things like that. Okay, so you just want to talk to the other person or communicate with them. The second one, the person in front of you, maybe it's, obviously it's a race, if you look at this picture anyway, they're in front of you and you are driving as fast as you can to try and, reach them. Yeah, because obviously in a race you want to win. So you're trying to catch up with the leader. You could also say as well, if you are absent from school for a couple of days, you have to spend a couple of days catching up with all the work you missed. So you see, these words, they're so good, so useful. To come across. If you come across something, I was walking home when I came across 20 euros. Happy days, happy days. And there's a spoiler alert here. Sometimes he can come across as being very bossy. So the first one is much better than the second one here, trust me. Literally the first one means you find 20 euros, just like that, as in, you're walking along the road and, money time, happy days. Bad for someone, lucky for you, I suppose. In the next one though, if you come across as being bossy, maybe the first time you meet someone, when you're judging them and, kind of deciding whether you like them or not, this is when someone can come across. In other words, appear or seem. So if they're, do this, do that, do this, do that, you're like, whoa, real bossy boots in the corner there. They can come across. To come up with. Hopefully you'll already know this one. Very, very common in English. So first of all, Sarah came up with an amazing idea for a present. I know what to buy her. Or, they haven't come up with a solution for the problem yet. Both of these very similar in meaning. So, thought of. If you come up with something, you think of it. Yeah, come up with a solution, come up with an amazing idea, come up with. Both of these mean the same thing. As you can see in the picture here, if you work together and cooperate and put your heads together, you can come up with great things. To get on, another really common phrasal verb here, and very, very useful. Jack and Susan really get on well, don't they? Or, we really don't get on with our neighbours at all. And as you can see in the picture here, the fur is going to fly. Yep, cat meets dog, most of the time, yep, something bad's going to happen. And that's what get on means. Okay, so if you do get on with someone, you have a very good relationship with them. In other words, you like them. Maybe you have similar personalities. So, next 2 verbs here, to look into. If you're looking into something, so you can see here, the scientists are really studying something on that table. And to look into, the scientists are looking into the results. The police are looking into the incident or the accident. Both of these mean the same thing. Examining, studying, spending a long time looking at it. So in the first one, the scientists are looking into the results because they want to understand them. They want to, make sure they know what went wrong in the experiment or what the results show. In the second one, the police are looking into the incident. They're investigating. They really want to find out what's happening. Okay? To obviously maybe to find the murderer or to solve the case. To put off. Another really useful one here. Let's put off the meeting until next Friday. So you're not going to do it now, you're going to do it next Friday. Or, I tried to put him off buying a PlayStation 2. So here you're saying, no, don't do that. Buy the PlayStation 4, it's much better. So in the first one, delay or postpone. You're not cancelling it, remember, because if you cancel it, it's not going to happen at all. Put off means delay, so you're still going to have the meeting, but at a later date. Whereas if you're putting off a friend from buying something, you are trying to persuade him not to do it. So maybe your friend wants to go bungee jumping and you're like, dude, don't do it, please, you're gonna die. Alright, you are putting him off it. To run out of, oh my goodness, this is a really useful one. We have run out of sugar. No! The ultimate evil. You wake up in the morning and you've got no sugar for your cup of tea. I seriously hate that. Running out of sugar, never good. Never good. Our resources of petroleum are running out. Another true fact. This is why we have to use alternative energy resources, but I'm not going to go off on that tangent. So to run out of literally means you have no more of something. You can run out of time, run out of money. Yeah, so this is a very common one. To stand for. So you see we've got a picture of NASA here. NASA. What does VIP stand for? Or another meaning, what does this politician stand for? Now this is a more complicated meaning for this phrasal verb. So the first one, literally, what does VIP mean? What do these letters stand for? V, very, I, important, and P, person, very important person. NASA, however, is something a little bit more complicated. And let me read this to you, because I had no idea what NASA meant. National Aeronautics and Space Administration. Wow! You can see why they just say, call us NASA. Because it's far cooler, I think. So, yes. What do these letters stand for? What does this politician stand for, however? What does he represent? And the obvious answer here is most politicians don't really stand for anything, or they pretend to. But again, I'm not going off on that tangent either. So usually when there's a presidential election or something like this, the candidates will, speak to the people or have a campaign, and they'll say what they represent, what they want to achieve, what they want to do, and this is what they stand for, or what they're meant to stand for. We all know they speak, and they do nothing. They're all the same. Okay, anyway, moving on. To take up. So the first one, as you can see here with tennis, you can take up a sport. I've decided to take up tennis. Take up ballet. Take up singing. Or the other one, you can see here, the coolest table in the planet. It's official. I'm sorry, that is just amazing. This table takes up far too much space. So as you can see, it's fairly chunky and clunky. So the first one, to take up something, you're going to start playing, or you're going to start learning something. You can take up a musical instrument. Whereas the second one, different meaning here, if it takes up space, it uses too much space. So, I hope these phrasal verbs have been useful. If you can think of any other meanings for some of the phrasal verbs that I've given you, and there probably are many, please fire them down in the comments. And if there are any other videos that you want done, because this was a request, thank you very much for the idea. Awesome idea. Thanks for watching. Bye for now.